Hey there, my name's Katherine. I am an undergraduate student here at San Diego State University working with Dr. Nick Shikuma, and he's studying this really cool bacteria-animal interaction. So when I think of bacteria, here I am, a nice little person here, and I'm thinking about bacteria, and I'm remembering what my mom taught me is that bacteria is yucky, and it's bad for you, and it's going to infect you, and you need to make sure that you're sterile. But that's not exactly the whole story. There's actually a lot of bacteria that are good for us, that help us out. We can't live without them. In particular, we have bacteria in our guts that help us digest. And bacteria, they're fun little unicellular guys. And since they're only one cell, they can only really interact with other single cells. So when they're interacting with animals, they're interacting with our single cells. So we know a lot about what bacteria is there, but we don't know a lot about this interaction between the bacteria and the cells. We don't know what the bacteria is giving to the cells, so this is really what we want to know. This is what really interests us, is what is going on right there between the bacteria and our single cells. But we can't study human living cells, so what we do in the lab is we study these adorable little tube worms, and they have a fun life cycle where first they're free swimming little larvae in the ocean, and then they grow up and they become these little tube worms that kind of look like palm trees, and they live on rocks, and they're very small. But the really cool interaction here is that there are bacteria living on these rocks that give a signal to these larvae in order to grow up. And if the bacteria aren't here, the larvae will never grow up. It's like Peter Pan. They'll stay babies forever, and then they'll eventually die because they can't live forever as babies. So this is a really cool beneficial interaction. So if we want to know about the beneficial interactions here, we can study beneficial interactions in the larvae. So we want to know what's going on at a cellular level, right? Because that's how bacteria work. So we have our bacteria here, and that's on the rock, and we have the cells of the tube worm. And although humans don't really look like tube worms at all, our cells look pretty similar. And so we're going to use what we know or what we can find out in the lab about this cell-to-cell interaction in tube worms and bacteria in order to find out what we want to know. Thank you very much.